I'm very excited and just pumped and thrilled to go out there and deliver the way I train and make it happen the way I envision it to.
You're obviously someone that's very easy for a company like the PFL to market your story, your work ethic, things that you do inside the cage, outside the cage, going all in and bringing so much attention to this fight. Do you think everything has fallen into place for the fans to really capture the opening round of this world tournament?
Yes, absolutely. God is writing the story. I'm not in control. I'm just going with the flow and I know everything will be all right because they can't touch our work. Y'all gonna deliver.
I appreciate the time, Jason. All the best to you, man.
Thank you.
Alexander.
Hello, Jason. There are three Russian fighters in your tournament, Mohamed Berkhamov, Magomed Umalatov, and Andrey Koreshkov. Who is the most dangerous of them?
Muhammad, for sure.
Do you think he will be your future opponent in the finals?
Absolutely. Once I get past Kershkop, I think definitely he will be in the we'll be able to share the ring.
Jason, you've proven so much already, winning the Bellator Championship, solving a 27-0 puzzle, winning the PFL Super Belt. What are you looking to prove with this tournament?
That, I couldn't win tournament style, especially the format, one or you're out, one shot, and you eliminated. And this is something that I haven't accomplished. So it kind of pushed me past my limit to actually go out there and prove to myself that yes, I can accomplish the uncomplishable, which is win a tournament.
In episode of PFL Origins, you were able to bring the PFL Super Belt to your primary school, right? Share it with all the kids. You won a title before, but what was the emotions when you were able to do that for them?
Well, I couldn't, plan for that lead up, or it was kind of like it was organic. We did not plan for nothing to happen at that school. It was just like, hey, let's just walk over to my primary school, and then all of a sudden it was like, wow, the kids them see someone from their community actually make it out and actually doing good in the international scene. And they was like they embraced me and to see my stepfather there as well, it was like it was kind of emotional as well. So I can't wait to actually win this tournament and go back and show them more love. And even if things don't go the way like I plan on, I'm still gonna go back there and do something. I'm not waiting to win the tournament to go out there and show the goodness of my heart.
Things for you is the legacy, right? And one of the things you want to do is go back and leave that legacy for out in Jamaica. What are some of the things that you plan on doing for the youth out there?
Well, I want to bring MMA. MMA is already there, but I would love to bring more attention to the MMA scene in Jamaica because we have a lot of talent there. And Jamaica is like 50 minutes away from Florida. So we should be going there with PFL and doing fights, more fight there because we have a lot of talent coming out of Jamaica. You see what we have brought to the table from music to running to all different sort of sport from boxing to the body snatcher. We have done a lot. We made a lot, from a small island in Jamaica. It's the only island in the Caribbean Sea. We make a lot of noise. Music as well too.
Speaking of music, who are your three favorite dancehall artists?
My favorite dancehall artist, yeah, that's a hard one because there's so much good dancehall artists out there. It's hard to call a name. Like I said, I like Damian Marley. I like Buju Banton, also Barrington Lee. I'm more of an old school soul. So
Thank you and good luck in your fight.
thank you so much, man.
You were very vocal after your very close fight against Ramazan in Dublin that you were disappointed with the situation. How disappointed are you that you were not able to win your belt back before the dissolution of Bellator? And how happy are you to be fighting here at home in Florida after the Dublin debacle?
I'm disappointed because if I would have won, I would have been able to um kept my belt that night. I know Bellator would have stayed alive because I would have been fighting. I would have been, keep everything alive, keep people excited. And I was just disappointed with the circumstance, but I learned from the circumstance to where I'm now. I'm just calm and relaxed because I felt like it's never gonna be as much pressure as I had in Dublin. It was like, I got there 3 days and after all media cut away, I still had to kept up with my obligations. And now I'm here in Florida. Oh man, it's just 3 hour drive. I pack up everything that I need for the road and I'm acclimated to the time and the weather. So nothing really changed when I get to perform in front of my crowd, my home crowd. And people in Jamaica and all across the world gonna see like, yeah, Jason Jackson is a different guy. And I had learned from my last bout, which was in Dublin. It was kind of short, but I got it done and I did my best at my best. And I felt like he couldn't match that night.
Speak about making these changes and learning from them. You've said in the past that your biggest losses came when you were fighting angry. How have you changed your mental game approaching this fight?
This fight, I just said I'll say, you know what? Everything is put in perspective for you. Just go out there and just live the moment because you can't control a certain moment. And that was one of the moment that I thought I could have controlled by being angry and taking it out on my opponent. But that's not when I'm at my best. I'm at my best when I'm having fun, living life, smiling, dancing and enjoy my music, enjoy the whole build up and everything coming out, that day. And that was not there. And I could tell once I watched the video. I go back and I rewatch the footage from the fight. The first 2 rounds, I was so angry, I forgot who I was. And I didn't deliver the way I could have by just being me and doing my Rasta wrestling and you know what I'm saying, make it fun and mix it up like no other fighter can. I just forgot who I was spiritually and physically.
Things that no other fighter can. You are the first and only man to defeat Hamisav Yaroslav. Your thoughts on his release and choice to leave the promotion?
Well, before I called my shot and when he was 27-0, I said I was gonna be the one and only one to put that one on his record and give him his pink slip. And it's I think he was trying to go to the UFC, but if I was the big boss and the executive over there, I wouldn't take no fighter on such condition and such loss like that because I put him out face down, ass up. That's what it was. So I think he need to go back and redeem himself.
Last question for you. There are several former champions from Bellator in the tournament this year, including your teammate, former interim champion Logan Storley. Have you guys discussed the possibility of meeting each other in the finals, and how do each of you feel about it?
No, we don't discuss that because every day we in the gym, we're throwing down, we're fighting. So we know that's what comes with the sport. Nobody ain't shying away from that. It's competition. You know how to compete. I know how to compete, and we're fighting for something good. We fighting for legacy. We fighting for bragging rights, and we have to understand that we're co-workers as well too. So we have to understand that's what comes with the sport. So it's no hard feeling at the end of the day. We're gonna go and go out there and if we get in the finale, which is later on down the line, I still have to get past my opponent. He has to get past his opponent. He got a tough opponent, and I also got a tough opponent. So right now we're more focused on that. But sometimes you could tell the awkwardness in the room, but we understand that. Thank you.
Jason, so far for the PFL through social media, you've kind of been the poster boy for PFL Orlando, especially the welterweight tournament. Do you like that? Do you take that on with stride, or is it extra pressure for you?
No, I'm soaking it all in because this is all I ask for. I pray for all this moment, and it paid to be the boss. So I'm the man, I'm the main event. So I have to lead by example. And this is why they put me in this position because they know every single opportunity that's presented to me, I'm taking full advantage of it. And this is one of them.
Beautiful. My last one for you. The brackets out there, people have been talking about opponents, past opponents, and teammates. For you, is there a perfect way that this bracket breaks down? Is there like, oh, this happens, this happens. Of course, you're going to win your three, but is there a way that you looked at the bracket already and be like, oh, this would be good for me? Good matchups in the semis or in the finals?
Well, once I get, like I said, my plan and my strategy is is to stay the course. PFL already, I mean, God already wrote everything out already. So whatever it is, once I look up all the opponent, I see there is either all striker or grappler. So I'm just excited to go out there and crack the puzzle like I know how to. And I had dealt with this in Bellator leading up to the title fight. I had to get through all the strikers, which I did. And then once I get to the grappler, make my hands speak.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Still waiting here with combat casuals. When facing down an athlete like Andrey Koreshkov, who's competed against guys like Ben Askren, Douglas Lima, Benson Henderson, do you and your team draw inspiration from their approaches to fighting him, or are you focusing more on what you what you do best?
And he also fought Douglas Lima and Lorenz Larkin. Those are some of the opponents that you forgot. And I have faced Douglas Lima, and I seen the fight against both those opponents, and I realized that this guy cannot deal with aggression, people that's coming forward on him, and somebody who fight back, somebody that's not gonna be, a pushover. And I'm not known for that character. That's not in my character. Ain't no quitting me, no timid, none of that. I'm gonna go after him, and he's not gonna like that, and not gonna know how to deal with that.
So how does coming off a close fight where the world title was taken from you motivate you to handle this tournament a little bit different than you did your last fight?
To me, I feel like PFL is trying to punish me. And I'm gonna show them that, hey, that was me. I did not drop the ball on that. I did everything in my power. Even when I'm not gonna say PFL, but that was on Bellator and or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They dropped the ball with my visa issue or whatnot. So I'm just gonna prove to everyone that listen, I did everything in my power to make it right. And I did not shy away from the challenge of getting there late and still save the main event that night. And I did my best. I did not quit not one bit. And there was moments in that fight when I could have just said, you know what? Based off the circumstance, I have all reason to just, you know, quit. And I didn't. I showed my heart and I showed my will to compete and I showed my determination and I showed everyone that, hey, I'm gonna be that guy.
One last one. You've spoken a lot about missing the fun factor in your last fight, and that really played a part into, the build-up and the emotions in that. How does having fun inside the cage play into the style that you found so much success with?
Well, everything have to be on point, and that's part of that is arriving early at the event where you can fulfill all your obligation in a respectful time manner. And that kind of threw my timing off, especially with being acclimated to the time over there and all that. Usually, like I said, I take time to cut my weight gradually and do things that I didn't have time to do. I had to cut like within the day when I arrived in Ireland, I had to cut like 6 pounds within that day. That was before the weight cut day, just to catch up with all the jet lag and traveling to New York, trying to get my visa and all this stuff. I showed up at the immigration office myself in Ireland immigration office, and make it happen so I can go and save the show in PFL Bellator that night. And you know, um, the important part about like having fun for me is the fact that, you know, I could get up every day and embrace everything. I felt like I didn't get to enjoy Ireland itself because I got there in such short time. It's like I wasn't paying attention to nothing around me. You know, I didn't get to embrace everything and soak everything in like, man, I'm in Ireland. None of that till when I left and I looked at the picture and be like, man, I felt like I wasn't there spiritually, but physically I was there. Everything was off for me. I was in the back of the locker room and I was just like yarning, literally about to go out and fight and felt like it. And I exerted so much energy trying to be myself that I felt like I depleted myself before I walk out there. And that's something that I remind myself always, just have fun and the rest will take care of itself.